You guys are to hang around here.
Good, Andrew? All right, coach guys, fire away.
Joe, seniors played pretty big tonight. Alex with 18 rebounds and Vic with 36 points on his senior night. He had like
career
10,
highs for both of them, I believe, right?
yeah, and Vic had like 10
ties career high.
about halfway through the second half and got real hot there at the end. What did you see from those guys?
Persistence. You know, one of the things I felt was a critical part was not building the lead, was building equity, so that when you lose your lead, we're not down 10. You know, in the past few games, we've dug a hole. We've been down 10, 15 points, 12, whatever it might be, and then when we play well, we bring it up to 2 points and 4 points, and then sometimes not be able to finish the comeback. This time we built a lead, and then when they played well, came back and they tied it up, and we were able to have another run. You know, the game came down to not having the emotional letdown. It's like, well, we built a lead, and they're good too. They came back and they fought back. So what I saw was the persistence, and also, you know, how sometimes when things happen, oh no, here we go again. We lost the lead. Now we might lose it in overtime. And we just had a 3 overtime game. We had a single overtime game against Fullerton to start the year with, and now I guess it makes sense that we would also have a double overtime game to complete the trifecta of overtimes and battles.
What's going through your mind? End of the first overtime, you guys have the ball out of bounds. What play did you guys draw up? Don got the ball in bounds and kind of got hassled coming up the court a little bit. And
if you had a chance to look at it, we don't draw it up. We have plays that we run in practice, and we actually have them on pads. And so they have the names. We run them daily. At the end of practice, we run a special situation. Ironically, we ran it yesterday, and Isaiah James actually on the scout squad ran it and had enough dribbles. And he actually, what we say was 7 seconds is you have 6 to 7 actions, 6 or 7 dribbles, pass. Don had the presence of mind to complete it. Like, you don't have to force a shot with 2 seconds. He made the extra pass with 1 second, and Vic was able to make it. So, you know, it was designed. If Vic gets it, then he takes it, pushes it, and Don pushes off. And so they're set plays. You have to be, you still have to make a play. I mean, it wasn't special. I didn't do anything special. They have to still make that play. And those guys made that play, and they had the unselfishness to make the extra pass. And Victor Josephs has the poise. I know his junior college coach is smiling because he said that kid is cool as it gets. I mean, when that game is on the line, he's going to knock down free throws and knock down shots, and he did it again.
He was 9 for 9 tonight. How did they get back in the game? You mentioned that they came back. You guys were up by 15 in the second half there. And,
I thought they did a great job of doubling the on balls. They went real aggressive. They set the tone the very first 3 minutes out, come out of halftime. They doubled us. They got us on our heels. They doubled the on ball, doubled the wings. We had to go with more ball handlers. We went with when we had to have Don and Vic in almost exclusively. We had to try to get him a rest. I don't think I got Don out at all in the second half. It was that critical. We knew we had no game Friday, Saturday. I mean, it was like, hey, we need Don in there. There wasn't going to be a chance to really give him that break. And so we had to, and even having Mark Crow in there, a little better ball handler and aggressive from time to time. So they did a great job of trapping us. And we had to counter that, finally get enough ball handlers to kind of stop that trapping and get by and get to the rim. And we had to change and attack from the top instead of the wings. A couple times, I think we moved our screens to the top area where it was easier for us to change directions.
The win kind of gives you guys a de facto tiebreaker against both CSUN and Riverside with your UCSB win right now. How aware of you, or were you kind of coming into this game? I mean, there was a 3-way tie for 7th before the game tonight, and one of those teams isn't going to get into the Big West tournament. How aware were you of that coming in, and is there a sense of relief after a game like this?
It's just, the thing that we're aware of is that in a weird way is that we practiced really well. I thought we had maybe our best practice, and what I'm aware of is like, hey, are we playing better? Are we playing better? You want to win ugly, sure. But you want to be getting better, and I think that what we saw, we're just getting a little bit better. We're getting better in tight situations. We're getting better fighting back from leads and so forth. And I look at it quite different. I don't look at it as pressure. I look at it, well, this is what you signed up for. You want to play. You want to play against good teams with crowds at the end of the year. You want senior night to mean something, and it's fun. I'm not sitting here, thinking the world ends. I mean, there's no death sentence that happens if you don't win a game. So our guys have to be intense and focused. They have to be loose enough to say, this is fun. And I think that Victor Joseph shows you that kind of, hey, I thought Luke was a little tight tonight. Now, Luke had a couple open shots there, and when he missed those, he was so tight. I'm like, hey, good shot. And so I think that, I've got to be able to kind of transfer a little bit of that feeling to the team too. Like, hey, great practice, great practice. And then we had a light shoot around. And, sure, winning's important, but at the same time, the attitude about winning is more important.
My last question, you mentioned not getting down early on, and that's been something that you guys have really, you've talked about after every game, it seems like lately. What was it? What was the key to you guys not getting down early?
Well, I thought Luke Meikle did a great job with ball movement. I think we wanted to get Don and Vic in the flow earlier. I think that we don't want to force anything inside or force anything outside. We just wanted to be able to have Don and Vic touch the ball more and get in the flow of the game a little bit earlier. And we just kind of charted out after the last 7 to 8 games, like how many shots different guys are taking at what stage in the first 5 to 6 minutes. And often Don had gone 5 minutes, or Vic had gone 5 minutes without a shot or a touch. It just can't happen, so we just changed kind of the formula of Luke trying to be a little bit more of a distributor and getting those guys going in the flow of the game. I think that worked out well for us.
You mentioned the poise of Victor Joseph, and then not only hitting that big shot to send it into the second overtime, but in that overtime, he didn't miss a free throw or a shot. So what you can talk about that his poise and how locked in he was during that run?
Well, Vic's biggest weakness is if he gets in foul trouble, he can't understand why we should take him out. And I keep saying, Vic, we need you at the end of every game. There's no way we're gonna ever let Victor Joseph foul out of a game. So if he gets a couple fouls here or there, then we're always smart enough to pull him out, and he gets frustrated, like, I can do it, I'm not gonna foul still. We believe in that much that we can't have him in foul trouble, so he's involved at the end of the game because we want the ball in his hands. We know that he. It's not about making the big shot, it's about taking the big shot. You gotta go up there with your anticipation, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna make it. We ran a play for him towards the end that I thought, that's when he knew that when we called this little set action for him, he knew that we knew he's gonna make it. And that's really rewarding as a coach when you kind of look and you call it, and he's like, yeah, I got it, I got this. And as soon as that pass was delivered, he was up into a shot. It was a shot that we had in the corner. And he knew, bam, I'm getting that one, and I think that was the separation we needed to win the second overtime.
Yeah, and then being a senior tonight, and the other seniors as well, they all kind of had a big part in tonight's win. What can you mention about how they contributed to the team today?
Well, they didn't just contribute tonight; they contributed all season and their whole career. It's just so rewarding as a coach to see them get the rewards. When you lose a 3 overtime game, and you got to walk in that locker room and look at the faces of those guys and say, hey, pick up your head. We're going to keep battling, keep fighting. Now you get to walk into the locker room after a 2 overtime win on senior night and just go around and hug guys, say great job, great poise, keep believing, and that's the agony of defeat, and then that's the rewards of victory. How painful it is to lose in 3 overtimes, and how beautiful it is to win in 2 overtimes. It's what sports is. This is reality TV. You can't put it together. That's why we love sports. We don't know what's going to happen. And that's why we enjoy it so much. That's why I enjoy coaching so much.
Yeah, been a lot of close games lately. What have you learned from this team and been able to kind of take away in those kind of close matchups, and then going on to face some the top opponents in the conference?
Well, one of the things is I don't like calling timeouts once the ball's past midcourt. I like to have in the backcourt so our guys have a chance to survey the scene, and then you have to trust your players to make plays. You watch the NBA, and they always take timeouts and they advance the ball to over the court, but in here, we don't get advanced it, but I think we trust our guys enough that get the ball in Donovan's hands, get the balls in Vic's hands, let them make plays with space. They're going to make the right play, or they're going to try to make the right play. We just learned that what guys aren't afraid of that moment, and I'm so happy for Alex because he's developed in the last month or two and just keeps on working his game, keeps on working his body, keeps on watching film. What a great situation for him. For Luke Meikle, those 3 seniors, and just what they've meant to us. But we don't want to get too sappy. We got a lot of basketball to play here. We got another week, and hopefully another one and another one. You want to keep on playing.
Coach, you guys got 2 games coming up against teams you guys have already beat this year. What do you think of your chances going into these next 2 games and into the tournament should you guys play well in those next 2 games?
Yeah, the first thing I think about is how wonderful a time to have a bye this Saturday. How I think Donovan played. How many minutes did we get out of Donovan? 45 minutes. He's barely walking out there right now, and we knew that with no game on Saturday and having a full week of rest and preparation for that Riverside game, they're playing very well right now. They got one of their kids back that was gone for 5, 6, 7 games, and Dikembe Martin, an all-conference candidate point guard, and it takes that team to another level. I know they turned around and beat Fullerton last night, and so that tells you Fullerton's one of the top teams in the conference, and they knocked them off. So we know just how competitive they're going to be, and the fact that we got them at our place, and they're fighting for their lives for that playoff spot like we are. So. You know, everything's on the line, and the biggest thing what's on the line is we got to get a mentality of going on that road and being a warrior and just not getting down. Maybe getting off to a good start in one of those 2 games. You know, getting that habit of like, hey, we got off to a good start up here in Mont now. And we got to get a little better start there, so we're not playing from behind at halftime.
All right.